Welcome, one and all, to From the Shelf. It is strange not doing a Marvel review, but here we are, back to our normal routine. Alex is once again joining us after the Battle of Gods review, so please reintroduce yourself, sir.
I am Alex. Welcome to the show that I am not a part of.
Cody is also here.
Okay, yeah, sure. This is a terrible time for Alex to be coming in. It's literally going to be you two against me this whole time.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chief.
What? No.
So today we are talking about a video game, which we haven't done many of those on here, but I wanted to do this one, so
I think this
we're
is a
talking
third
about
one.
yes, because we did Gears of War and Dead Space are the only two games we've done so far.
I need to play those.
But we are talking about what was kind of a gaming phenomenon last year.
It blew up.
Almost universally praised. I think it won almost every Game of the Year award.
Well, I think it got disqualified because of something with AI usage.
See, last I checked, it actually did still end up winning.
Okay, so they turned that back around. I stopped following it.
Yeah, they said, we tried AI back in like 2021 or 2022, and they didn't like it, so they just went against the idea of it. So that was just something they were like, oh, we can't give it to them because AI, because they're scared of these small games becoming so big compared to these big corporations that put billions of dollars.
It won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Also a Game of the Year from Golden Joystick and a bunch of other companies. So
it was just something about AI assets getting left in. They were supposed to be replaced, and they weren't. Whatever. But it's just hilarious because soon enough, it's going to be a mainstay thing. Just AI usage in gaming. So it's unavoidable, unfortunately.
So this is one of those games when people tell me what's so great about it. I'm like, see, here's the problem. It's hard for me to tell you without spoiling anything.
How about just everything?
Actually, yeah, it's going to be impossible to talk about the plot of this without spoilers.
Yeah, so fair warning.
The game takes place in, I don't know the world name, France. And
French video game world.
I mean, there is a baguette guy you mind to fight at the very beginning.
No, this game is super French.
Yeah.
And it initially follows a man named Gustav who is joining Expedition 33, where he and a group of people are going to, I think it's just called the Continent.
I don't remember.
To stop a being called the Paintress, who every year you see the monolith off in the distance has a number on it, and that number goes down once a year, and everyone who's that age gets Thanos snapped away. They call it the Gamage.
Yes, that was introduced in a very confusing way.
It makes sense the farther you get in, but like at first you're like, huh?
That.
Well, yeah, you watch it and it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Exactly. It's like
there's something strange about this world, though. I gotta say, have you noticed that everything just seems like it's floating and still, and nothing's moving?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's clearly not a world made of painters or anything.
No, and there's totally not like a progression system in the life of these people because it's totally not a still painting.
No, definitely not. So when they get to the world or the continent, they are like attacked by these monsters and this angry old man named Renoir, voiced by Andy Serkis. And that's something I gotta mention too. There are like some big name voice actors in here. Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, voices Gustav. Andy Serkis is Renoir.
Even though Gustav looks exactly like freaking...
He looks like Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He does.
That's literally the first thing I thought when I saw him.
And then we've got Ben Starr, who played Clive of Final Fantasy 16, plays another character in this named Verso, who I'll get to later.
Who is this Ben guy? His name is Clive.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know who this actor guy is. He's just Clive. He just multi-jumps through multiple universes.
But the only survivors of the ride to the continent are Gustav, who is kind of like your all-arounder guy with a metal arm. He's totally the main character of this game.
Pretty much.
Lune, who is your mage. Mael, who is like a tank. She's just super powerful.
Yeah, she's the youngest, and she wasn't supposed to go on the expedition, but she decided to anyway.
CL, is it Ciel or CL?
I'll go with CL.
I think it's CL. She's
Yeah.
got card dark magic powers.
I like her. She was fun to use.
And then there's 2 more party members who I will get to later.
Yeah.
So Alex kind of mentioned this. This world is freaking bizarre.
Yeah, it's so abstract. It's definitely not a normal world. Things are floating and things
I
just
will
look
say
out
this:
of
the
place.
game looks phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's got great presentation.
Oh yeah, and when you go to the open world,
And absolutely, the voice acting is really good. The character designs, the world design, the monster designs are all great. The soundtrack, holy crap!
I listen to that soundtrack every day, dude. It's
so fucking good.
The fact the final boss theme is 33 minutes long, no pauses, no repeats, insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You'll go from a forest world to all of a sudden you're walking underwater. And it's wait, how did I get here?
Under the sea, I suppose. But there's just so much to talk about with this world because it's so creative. Because it destroys most of these big AAA company games. It really does.
Yeah.
It didn't have a huge budget, as far as I know. And they nailed that pretty much every aspect of the whole, not the gameplay. I want to say everything, the theming, the graphics, the music, the acting, just the animations, everything.
I don't know how they were able to afford the things they did in this game.
They probably were just very smart about their budget. You
would think those voice actors would cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, I feel like there's an actor for a character later. We'll call him just Doggo for right now. His voice actor said he had no idea this game would blow up this much. He's really happy about that.
None of them probably did, dude.
No, I didn't. This game, I was
I heard about it. I saw the trailer. I was oh, that looks pretty cool. Then I saw it getting praised up and down. It's okay, I gotta play this.
Yeah, the game made me cry 2 times. Not from sadness, just from how beautiful the just how things played out.
Speaking of that, I kind of can't avoid this.
Spoilers.
The game's been out for almost a year. So Gustav, he fits a narrative trope called false protagonist because Gustav fucking dies.
Yeah, you said you were shocked. I was not surprised by that at all.
Oh no, that hit me like a truck. I was like, yeah, what?
I was also not surprised when he was literally immediately replaced.
Oh
yeah,
he's replaced within a second.
Yeah, Frankie, you kind of ruined it for me when you said someone important dies, and you told me that Clive's voice actor is in the game. I'm like, he's the main character, isn't he?
Yeah. So as soon as Gustav,
honestly,
killed,
I kind of think Mael's the main character. So
it's Mael and Verso.
Oh yeah, Mael is
really
definitely
it's about the 2 of them, really.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Even though I do, because there are 2 endings, I do think one of them is actually considered canon.
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
I looked into it. Apparently, most people seem to agree with me.
Yeah, I don't really like the Mael ending, we're going to call it.
We'll get back to that. But yeah, so Gustav is just killed right in front of Mael, and Gustav has been Mael's caretaker since she was a kid. So she was like, what?
It was unceremonious.
His blood splatters all over her face, too. It's messed up.
Yeah. But
then immediately Verso's like, hey, I'll help you out. I got you.
Didn't Clive, yeah, whatever.
Verso.
Didn't he say he could say he was gonna?
He could have saved Gustav.
Why
but he didn't?
Why?
He tells Mael why. But I forgot his reason. But he tells Mael why. I'll have to look at that scene after this.
Yeah, I know. Red Noir said, "Yeah, you'll understand this later." It's what do you mean?
It was something I forgot the reason. I know Verso had a reason he could have saved Gustav, but didn't. But I swear on my life, Verso is way stronger than Gustav.
Yeah.
Both in terms of lore and gameplay, I swear he's way more powerful than Gustav.
My guy could chop himself in half and live.
He's been alive a lot longer too.
That's true.
100 years or so, I think.
But as the story goes on, I don't want to spend too much time on the story.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said this to you when I was playing it. So I beat this game in about 20 hours, and for about 17 to 18 of that, there was no story beyond good guys need to kill the bad guys in order to not die. That was it. All of the story is in the last 2 to 3 hours, because until then you have no idea what's going on.
True. I think it's more of a character-driven story.
It was absolutely a character-driven narrative.
Okay, but I never had reason to get attached to these characters because I don't even know what they're doing.
Well, then you just have no soul, sir.
I think it's just it's how they're written, I guess, to where
they are written very well.
They're very human compared to that stiff video gamey kind of dialogue stuff. You know how when like they talk and there's like a weird awkward pause, and then they say what they gotta say, and it doesn't flow properly. This game has a very good way of like dialogue.
Oh, these are some of the best written characters, at least for me, since like Mass Effect.
Oh, what's that big guy's name? I can't remember his name.
SK?
Oh my god, I love him.
Oh, SK is awesome.
I need big hug.
But as the story goes on, you find out that Verso is Renoir's son, the Paintress is Verso's mother, and Maëlle, whose name is actually Alicia, is their sister. But the real Verso died in a fire, and like Alicia made this painting world. It's fucking nuts.
Well, Verso made the painting, and they could not let go of him being dead, so they just kind of kept the painting alive. It's not quite explained how this all works. It's probably going to be explained in another entry.
Not explained in the slightest.
Nope, not explained. Like, there's a lot of questions at the end of the game that you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, so and then your shopkeep, the curator who's been around since the beginning, is revealed to be the real Renoir, and the one you were fighting was a painted version of him.
Yeah, that got extremely confusing because that did not. I was like, hold on, wait, what? So Renoir's just not him at all. Okay, what? that was extremely confusing.
I think because Renoir, the characters in the painting, like Renoir, Renoir is more so based on some kind of like jaded version of the real, like.
Because when you defeat the Paintress, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, again, like I don't understand. I understand why some characters like him are far more evil. I guess it's just that it's the painting's influence on how Verso saw a lot of these people.
So, Alex, before we continue the story, let's talk about that asshole Simon.
Oh, I never fought Simon, but I've seen the
battle. My god, fuck this guy.
Hey, do you want to parry 17 times in a row?
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
Well, he does millions upon millions of damage to your HP? Yeah, sure!
He is the definition of the super boss.
Well, he was from Expedition Zero, which Verso and Renoir were also on.
So what is his story? Is he the first guy that went there?
He was the first person to defeat, what were they called? The giant things.
Oh, those giant. Yeah, the ones that you can't fight
Axons.
in the world.
He defeated an Axon. And then, like...
But that's supposed to be impossible.
But he did it.
Yeah. Well, I don't even understand what happened to him. Like, why is he down in this deep cave?
Dude, I don't know.
He's just there to be a mega boss. That's it.
And he's a fucking douchebag.
Do you actually try to fight him?
Yeah, he kicked my ass!
There might be more context now, because they added new content.
Did they?
See, I'm going to go through and max out my levels and then try to fight him later.
I've heard you can get super crazy overpowered.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you use Maëlle properly, you can...
But going by other reviewers, they actually did all the end game stuff before they fought Simon, so when they got to the actual final boss, they just kind of melted him.
Yeah, the developer said, you should probably not do the end game stuff first. They literally were like, don't do that, please.
Because then you're just going to crush because Renoir is the final boss. So if you go do all the end game stuff, including Simon, then go fight him, you're going to crush him.
Yeah, that's always the case with the final boss.
Yeah, go do all the secret stuff and then fight the final boss if you want to just not challenge yourself.
You gotta remember that battle was so cinematically great. Like with
it was,
music
but if you just nuke him in one hit.
Yeah, I didn't quite nuke him in one hit. I was like so invested in the battle. I'm like, I want to see what's going on here.
But after you beat him, you have your option for 2 endings. The Verso ending and the Mael ending.
Neither of which are a happy ending.
But I think Verso's is the better outcome.
Yeah, one sounds good on the surface, but the other one makes more sense.
Verso's is just I can't side with Mael here. Like destroying the painting is the best option.
And Verso wanted to die. He was like, I'm done.
But sequel.
Well, they can make a sequel.
Well, they're not going. It's gonna be like Final Fantasy, where it's like Clair Obscur something. It's not. It's gonna be like every game's a different continuity.
That's why they wanted to add that initial title.
Yes,
they could pick up where Mael left off with the paintings in that house, because there are a lot of stories you can make with all those paintings in there. Because there's that one girl at the end that we think might be the true villain behind it all, but we don't know enough about her yet.
Oh, Clea, was that her name?
Clea? I can't remember her name. But you learn more about her in the story, like through the side.
I think she's a side boss too.
See, this is a problem I have with this story. Is Frankie, you're saying a lot of the story is side content. I'm like, why is it not part of the main story? Because I'm not going out of my way to dig deeper into the story if I don't like the story as presented, and I didn't like it because, again, for not even exaggerating, 90% of this game there was no story in the main path.
Right. Well, I get it. Unless you got invested into it, I get it. You don't really need to there's no reason if you don't like it enough.
Got invested in the story myself.
That's what I'm saying. How though? Because there's nothing happening in the main story. There's people dying.
I cared about the characters in the.
Why would I want to care about these characters that have a 90% chance of dying?
But they didn't. But
one did.
Okay, one did. Okay. Well, he's not useful. No.
And
Jesus Christ!
I knew it was going to be one of them. I wasn't surprised it was him.
See, Cody, you don't have a soul. I've decided you simply don't have a soul.
It's you learn more about those characters through the campsite things, where you could just talk to them.
Yes, that's the thing. I love that.
I was already spending enough time in the main game that I didn't want to dig deeper into the side story, which apparently is where the story is, which makes no sense.
I did.
Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask does that.
Fuck Majora's Mask.
I don't a lot of Nintendo games for a reason. That's one of them.
Yeah, I don't like Majora's Mask, but that's a different story. But again, I think it was just through character dialogue that made me go, where are these characters going? I was just curious where the story was going, and all that extra fluff that was in the game kind of just helped build up the world for me.
Yeah, no, see, I really got invested in the world and the characters myself, so I wanted to know what was going on.
Can we say how beautiful that one place was? The big like stadium with the giant singing woman. I forget her name.
Oh, dude,
that music was so good in that area.
The whole soundtrack is phenomenal.
Yeah, you may not care for the game, but the guy that they got for that soundtrack was found on a random thread on some board on the internet. They're like,
but this is also one of those games where I still say wholeheartedly you should play it yourself instead of listening to people talk about it.
We haven't even talked about the gameplay mechanics, which is the main reason that I was very happy to be done with this game by the time I got to the end.
So this is a turn-based RPG.
With turn-based Souls elements.
Yes, thank you for saying Souls, because that is why I did not enjoy the blocking.
There are Souls elements here, like the parrying. When you go to those save points, it resurrects all the enemies and refills all your stuff. Very Souls-like.
I won't lie, I did have times where I'm like, this battle system is just fucking me over.
Even on though, luckily you can drop the difficulty because it does have Dark Souls difficulty at points.
It really does.
Like, the game is not easy on normal.
I do appreciate, though, that it's not just straight up turn based. I like the concept of, having a chance to block and react, but this is not a reaction type game like your, say, Arkham or Spider-Man or the classic Assassin's Creeds, where you see like, oh, I'm about to get hit, let me block. This is not that, because you can't react. You have to you have to take hits. There's no way that the first time through one of these fights, you don't get hit repeatedly because it's a memorization thing. You just have to take hits until you memorize the awkward, deliberately misleading pattern.
Yeah, you got to learn the patterns of the enemies, or you're fucked.
I don't like that because the thing is, there are cues, like there are sound cues, there are visual cues, but they are completely inconsistent between the enemies.
Yeah, each enemy has its own weird like way of like trying to fake you out with some type of attack. And
Yeah,
after
they
you
do.
after you learn it, which this is a problem I have with the game. After you learn it enough, you're like, okay, I know how to tackle this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't mean it's like great, but it's like all right, okay.
It was very Souls-like type dodging and parrying, and I hated the timing thing. Because again, it wasn't just like, oh, I can't get over. It was deliberately misleading. Like, hey, look, I'm gonna go to do this swing. Never mind, I'm gonna do this one instead.
Yeah,
I don't see. I didn't have that issue. I was able to adapt just fine.
Well, yeah, because you like this memorization thing. I like reactionary, not memorize.
I could get with both.
I can gel with the game's gameplay, but I can kind of be like, man, I wish I could just kind of relax and play the game a little bit, a little bit. They said they don't want to make another JRPG next, so
yeah, it's going to be a different type of game next time. I think they said,
which is good.
So they're not going to go directly into a sequel.
Well, they might do a sequel, but not based on like Verso story and all that. It may be Brown Mayel, but it might be involving a different painting.
It'll be Clair Obscur something.
Yeah, which
it's
I would
vibe I'm getting.
I don't even know what kind of gameplay style I want. I want like, do we want a Zelda style gameplay? Do we want like hack and slash, open world again? Well, they didn't make it open.
A visual novel.
Yes, absolutely. I would totally not.
I would hate that.
It's a lot of talking in this game it's kind of already set up for a visual novel. It would actually work.
Don't do that to me.
You just get the confusing story without the frustrating gameplay.
Oh my goodness.
There is another thing that bothered me about this though, and it's okay, so I said that I agreed the world is beautiful, but there's a big problem where a lot of areas just have no recognizable landmarks whatsoever. I kept getting turned around because there's no map, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at because it all looks the same. It looks great,
really,
but I don't know where I am.
See, that is another issue I did not have. I never got lost in this game.
Yeah, well, you have had. There's been a lot of games that I've played, and I'm like, I can't stand the map or lack thereof, and you're just like, I don't see it.
I mean,
Batman Arkham Asylum was one of those.
Okay, no, that is a very frustrating game to navigate.
I kind of had just a little bit of issue at first, but there came a point where I'm like, all right, those are where the big landmarks are.
Yeah, no, I never got lost.
No, I started to figure it out that it's a very, very subtle hinting of which way to go, but it's not like your typical game. But again, it's also just, it is somewhat linear, but the areas are designed to emulate sort of open world. So I would get turned around because sometimes after a fight you wouldn't be facing the way that you were when you entered the fight. And I'm like, I don't know which way I just came from, and I have no map to check.
I'm actually almost shocked they don't at least give you the option to turn a map on in a patch or something.
Yeah, because that's the problem is I don't know where I've been because I don't have a layout of the land because there just are no landmarks in a lot of spots.
See, that's something they could have easily put it in a patch. At least give you the option. If you don't want the map on, just don't turn it on. But they could at least patch it an option for impatient people like Cody here.
Yes, I am impatient, especially when I'm 18 hours into a story and I have no idea what's happening.
Dude, I thought you were going to say 18 years old. I was going to have a lot of questions.
What?
that's where my brain thought you were going to take that.
There is one thing I'm curious about. That there was a point. I'm trying to remember the. Oh no, that's what it was. Okay, it was on the way to an accent. I think there's this like side enemy on the way there. Tissier, I think was the enemy's name. That drops some charm that's like super useful. No, oh no, it's anti-charm.
Oh yeah, anti-charm. That thing is absurdly useful.
It's been over a month, 2 months. How long has it been since I played? It's been a while since I played this, so I'm going partially off of memory here.
I think a little bit over a month.
Yeah, there's that enemy, the side enemy, that if you don't get that anti-charm thing, you're just screwed.
Oh yeah, because the second Axon charm is a huge pain in the ass on that one.
It's a death sentence. Like there's no way out of it.
Honestly, Yeah, unless you kill those things quick or you have anti-charm on. It can be a pain. That part's a pain in the ass. Though the first Axon, if you go kill all the masks first, that Axon's almost a joke.
Wait, like before you even get to the, I didn't know that was a thing.
So yeah, so you know how he has the first form, then you fight the actual Axon. There's like 3 other pathways you could take, which have each of his masks, and if you take all of those down first, it makes finding the actual Axon really easy.
Yeah, without a map, there's no way I would have found those.
Well, I think they say it in a cutscene, and it's just side paths, like in the same area. Like, you just go left, right, and then slightly straight. They're all right there.
I'm guessing I didn't do that because that second battle with Mask Keeper just kept... It was endless. It just kept going.
Oh, I fucking nuked him.
Oh, no, yeah, so it must have been that, because for me, it kept going. I made it through it, but it would not end.
Yeah, no, they say in a cutscene you can take out those masks first, and it'll make that fight a lot easier. I'm gonna ask everybody, Alex, who was your favorite character?
Verso. Yeah.
What about you, Cody?
Probably
None of
my
them.
L. No, it was probably my L. She's the only one who actually got a sense of her character. A lot
I
of the
actually
other ones,
would agree with Alex on this one. I really like Verso.
I never really got a sense of who he is, so.
I also really like Gustav. Monaco, I think, is really cool. I like Lune a lot.
It's funny. Will there be lots of fighting? There'll be lots of fighting. Really? Really?
CL is great. I just love them all.
Yeah, they're all really good characters. Like, better written than
Renoir
most other...
is a villain who
Which one?
The real one, who you actually get a sense of where he's coming from. So
But even then, it's still like, no, sorry, boss.
No, you can understand where they're coming from and not agree with them.
It's because you're spending most of the time in this fake world that you don't really see his side, where he's just like, I don't want my daughter to get absorbed and give up her life in this world. I get it.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
No, the painting Renoir, no, he's just an. But the actual Renoir, no, I get where he's coming from. But I personally, this is going to be a huge hot take, but I'm going to say it. This is my favorite game of this console generation, and it's really not close.
Wow, that's not a hot take at this point, dude. People went crazy for this game
because it's fantastic. It was my game of the year last year, and I love it a lot.
It's one of the most impactful games of this generation. I'll tell you that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like it scared a lot of AAA companies. That's what I can say.
Like a Pokemon company was like, how do we do that?
We don't have the technology, sir.
Tony Stark built this in a cave.
33 Developers built this game in a cave with a bunch of scraps. It's like, yeah. And then Pokemon Company is over here like, oh, I can barely move the mouse.
You mean Pikachu?
Pika-P.
Cody.
Christ.
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. That was. I mean, we're pretty much wrapping it up there. We talked about.
No, you got to give your opinion now too, buddy.
Oh,
I think he already did.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game, great presentation, not enough story, and very tedious gameplay.
Well,
Neato. Frankie will never agree with you on that, and I'm just gonna be like,
I really won't.
I know he won't. Dude, the whole time I was playing it, I'm like, I kept messaging him. I'm not seeing it, man. Like, this game is just bothering me.
Well, you're just a bad person.
I'm not going to call it a bad game. That would be ridiculous. I understand that people, there's a lot of Souls fans out there. I get why people would like this. This is not a game for me, though.
The only Souls game I ever liked was Stellar Blade for reasons.
I don't even really like Souls games.
I normally don't.
How many reasons, Frankie?
3.
Hot lady, for one.
Well, no.
Good gameplay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not saying the 3 reasons.
Oh no.
Not doing it.
I know all three of them.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Expedition 33. It's a very different take on It Was a Dream the whole time.
Yeah.
I would definitely say pick it up, especially if you're into RPGs. This is definitely up your alley.
If you're into Souls type parrying and dodging, then yeah. If you're not like me, like if you can't stand that style of dodging and blocking, whatever, just don't.
I feel many people will understand where we come from on the game, but when it comes to a rating, which is very arbitrary, you gotta give this like an 8.7 to 9, maybe, for me.
Oh, this is a 10 out of 10 game for me, dude.
It'd be a 6.5 for me.
Yeah, like I don't have. There's some things where I'm like, but at the same time, I haven't played it in a while, so I need to.
I
sit
just
back
played.
down.
I just played through it again not that long ago.
I just need to get all the side content done now because you see, I get why there's no story.
I'm going through my backlog and playing through games I either haven't played in decades or have never finished. So
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of replays too.
Like Assassin's Creed 1 is what I'm going through right now because I haven't played that since it first came out.
Oh yeah, that's another tedious one. That is extremely redundant.
Sorry, which game? I wasn't
the first Assassin's Creed.
You do the same. You do the same thing. Like what is it? 9 times?
Yeah, you go to a place, kill a guy, get a weapon. That's the whole game.
I'm bored of the second game, man. So I can't imagine how bad the first is.
What?
A lot of people like
you don't like the
Assassin's Creed.
second one?
I got bored. I was like,
that's
all right, that's it.
That's mind blowing.
I was like, all right, that's enough.
You have the patience for Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, but not Assassin's Creed 2. I am very confused.
I mean, in my opinion, Clair Obscur is just a better game. Like I don't know, I just never gelled with Assassin's Creed. I tried.
No, I understand the first one, not the second one.
I never played any past 2.
See, because I just never played much past Assassin's Creed 1, so
maybe I need to play it on a more modern console because I played it on the PS3 back in the day.
I'd say no, definitely get the PS4 Ezio collection.
Yeah, the Ezio collection and Assassin's Creed 4. That's pretty much all you need to play.
I hear 4 is the best.
Yeah, they're remaking it. They're remaking it and they're going to ruin it.
Oh, they're going to ruin it.
But
they already
Cody, Cody, what are we talking about next time, my friend?
Are we going to do the thing we were going to do for episode 100?
We might as well, right? Or should we wait to 150 for that?
Just wait till 150. We don't need to. But then it's going to be so much longer until you actually finally watch the Jurassic World movies.
Let's just wait till 150.
I only saw the first one.
Okay, well then I'm going to do this to you then, since, man, it's been a long time since there's been any kind of suggestion. So we're finally doing a musical. Can you guess what it is?
My fucking God.
Joker duet. Do.
Yeah, we're probably never going to do that. Can you guess what it is, Frankie?
No, I can't.
Oh, why not?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, okay, I can handle that.
I know you can. I wanted you to guess the other thing though that you know I'm going to get to eventually.
Greatest Showman. Yeah.
As long as you're doing the original one.
Yes, we're doing the original. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is not a musical.
Thank God.
It's not real. It's not canon.
It's also not a musical.
All right. Well, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to our fever dream of a Clair Obscur History 3 review. Alex, thank you for joining us once again. I do appreciate your assistance.
Yeah, and try not to kill Cody, guys. Try not to kill Cody, guys.
Evil.
Every villain is lemons.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Until then, take care.